Hello, the internet, and these are the SMG4 villains, evil to most evil. First, let's start out with the least evil. First, we have Dusty, Maggie's rival. Compared to other villains, she's just a typical rival character that's not overpowered just to win something. She can be quite cocky. While she can be quite cocky, she is a good person deep down, and eventually becomes friends with Maggie. But what makes her the least evil is that not only was she willing to help SMG4 crew stop Francis from draining innocent England, but even willing to save Maggie as well. This eventually led to her being killed in the process. R.I.P. Dusty. R.I.P. Second least evil goes to Psycho. Why, while she does become a mainstay in the crew, in her earlier appearances, she was an antagonist. Originally a waifu from Boopkins came to life. She was violent and borderline insane, hence the name Psycho. While she did love Bookins, this love would cause her to do some violent things. Thankfully, she does realize her mistake and will eventually become an ally to stop Francis. She scores a bit lower due to her previous psychopath past. And for third least evil, we have SMG3's crew, the anti-crew. Like I said in my good to evil list, these people work for SMG3 in order to erase them from existence. And they did succeed for a short period of time. Fortunately, they were able to change their ways. If we had to rank them who is the least bad, we say Wimpy is the least bad. Next up, we have the cocky Bob Babowski. Even though he's one of the main characters, Bob is definitely no saint. He's greedy, vain, selfish, believing himself to be the sexiest man ever, and he's even willing to sacrifice his friends at some points. Thankfully, during the Rapper Bob arc, he does eventually become a better person, and considering that he was trapped in a dungeon for 500 years, his selfish personality is understandable. Next up, we have Waluigi. In my good to evil list, I was a bit harsh with Waluigi by calling him second most evil, and yeah, sure, he did cause the apocalypse after not being included in Smash Bros. Ultimate. But thankfully, after SMG4 manages to talk him out, he does realize his mistakes. While he does still do bad things, it's only minor crimes like theft and robbery. Next up, we have SMG3, SMG4's evil counterpart. While at first he started out as a petty rival to want to be better than SMG4, it wasn't until the YouTube arc when he went full on villain. When he stole the YouTube remote in order to get not only SMG4 but also the rest of the crew erase and steal this thunder. What makes this worse is that he actually manages to succeed, as short-lived as it was, and he was eventually defeated at the end. While he did help SMG4 and the gang save Earth, that was only reluctant, but thankfully over time he became a much better, more compassionate man with a heart of gold. Even if he can still do some questionable things, he also clearly cares about his egg dog. It's those things that keep him from a low ranking. Marty is next. While at first he doesn't seem that harmful, just being a cardboard pizza man made by Mario, he went on to become a huge threat to the crew, like this delaying their construction for the new home, to stealing SMG3's notebook, to even trying to get Mario killed off. The man that he manipulated into stealing the book. All this just because he felt unappreciated, and since he never grows as a person, he ranks here. Next up, we have Lawyer Khan, the main antagonist of the lawsuit arc. His main goal is to try to get Mario and other Nintendo characters separated from the SMG4 world. He's a lawyer and he's sure quite sleazy for one. He's racist towards non-Nintendo characters and takes pleasure in seeing SMG4 and others perish. Speaking of which, like with SMG3, he's one of the few villains to win against SMG4, as short-lived as it was. Thankfully, Mario was able to set things straight and was able to bring his friends back to life, and they were able to convince Nintendo that they weren't rotten to Mario, which causes him to give up being a lawyer. While some could say he's just doing his job, his cruel rays on doing so are just too strong to overlook. Moving along, we have Francis, the villain of the anime arc. This anime-obsessed nerd's main goal at first is to help SMG4's crew to get anime unbanned after Peach banned it after some shenanigans from Mario. But thanks to Axel, he felt unwelcomed. So he stole the Inkweaver and kidnapped many Inklings in order to create his waifu. While he doesn't seem that menacing like either White Lawyer Con or other villains later on, he makes up for it in more ways, like kidnapping, theft, and even murder, since he was responsible for the death of Destiny. All of this to create a waifu, or a jerk. Next up, we have Mr. Puzzles, the latest foe. This TV head host is eccentric as he is insane. His main goal is to entertain people, but his ways are just downright evil, like kidnapping the crew and forcing them into his shows that are obviously not safe. After being defeated by the Smg4 crew, he swore vengeance by trying to take over the Smg4 series. Whether he succeeds in this is unknown, but we'll just have to wait and see. But for now, his insane personality and borderline cruel ways earn him high in the evil. Next up, for our bronze medal of evil, we have One Shot Ren. Have you ever heard the phrase, never meet your heroes? This is an example. He was a legend in the Turf War and Maggie's idol as a child. When Maggie and the others board a train to meet Ren, it is revealed that he put the crew in a simulation that is a western town in order to keep his popularity. He was shown to be sadistic and vile, as he clearly delights in the suffering of Maggie. Thankfully, they were able to escape and to stop Ren. With the silver medal of evil, we have Zero. One of the most powerful foes in the franchise, he was known for corrupting and destroying countless universes. He plotted to destroy the Earth, and while he was defeated for now, he did leave some scars as he was responsible for the death of Axel. He then appears again in the Revelations arc, thankfully to the box leader, where he attempts to use Melanie as a pawn in his scheme plans. But if he doesn't get the gold medal of evil, then who does? Well, the gold medal of evil is going to the Eldritch Goop. What makes it the most evil being in Smg4? Well, aside from corrupting Smg4 into turning even more antisocial by creating the perfect videos, nearly killing Maggie, Smg3, and Mario, it's responsible for the destruction of Peach's castle, the location for the entire franchise up to this point. And considering it wasn't defeated nor reformed, it easily gets the gold medal of evil. Alright, that's the list. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you all next time.